Hey friends, Andy here. How you doing? Good to see you, and boy, do I have a video for you. This is a video on Flux, which if you watch my other videos, probably up there right now as I speak on Flux, then you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you know what I'm talking about, you might have been paying attention to the wild ride of the past couple days of price action with Flux. Now, when I last talked about Flux on the channel in a video, I think the price was somewhere around 40 cents per coin. Well, times have changed, my friends. Now, I don't know when you're going to be watching this video, but in a day or two, the price might be the same or higher or lower. You know, it's crypto. There's no telling what's going to happen. But as I make this video, the price is not 40 cents. No, my friends. The price is $1.72. So the question I pose to you is, what the flux is going on with this price? Well, I think the short answer is, finally, people are waking up to this project. You know, there are thousands and thousands of projects in the cryptocurrency space, but even with all that plethora of projects, there is actually a shortage of quality, real projects. Ones that have cool technology, great features, do something that's actually useful or interesting, and has a great team behind it. Well, those types of projects are few and far between, as it turns out. So if you jumped in to Flux after one of my last videos, congratulations, you've made some money.
We're in money.
And if you haven't, well, don't worry, don't fret, my friend, because I will tell you whether I think it's too late to invest in Flux, to get in, if this is the top, if it's going to keep going. I'll let you know all my thoughts on that and more. Spoiler alert, there's still a ton of potential left in Flux. Okay, so let's jump on to CoinGecko here, take a quick look at Flux. As I said, it's $1.72, which in the past, whatever they measure this against, maybe past day, is a 90% increase. Let's scroll down here to this chart and look at the past 7 days, and wow, there's a rocket ship. Back at the end of October, very beginning of November, just 1 week ago, the price was right around 60 cents per flux. And if we look right now, the price is $1.72. It has gone up $1 in a week. That's wild. But that's not the wildest part, because 5 hours ago, it did hit its newest all-time high of $1.89. People buying Flux, the market, and Flux itself really want that $2 price tag real bad. Now, like I said in my previous videos, Flux used to be called Zcash. In fact, when I first found Flux, I found it on the Bitcoin Talk announcement forum. Now, a lot of people today in the crypto space don't really know about Bitcoin Talk, but once upon a time, that's where you went to see all the newest fun cryptos that were being announced and brought to life and being born into the world, and you could mine some of them and buy some of them and whatever from inception. So I went on to Bitcoin Talk and saw that there was this thing called Zcash being announced. It was a proof of work, meaning mineable coin. Had some cool artwork and some cool things and ideas behind it, and so I figured I'll put my mining rigs on this project. Seems cool. Well, off and on since 2018, I have continued mining, buying, and now running nodes with Flux, formerly known as Zcash. So I've essentially spent since 2018, which is almost 4 years of time, just accumulating Flux. And let me tell you, because this was through the crypto winter and through the bear market, it was not all rainbows and sunshine. There was a lot of downturns. I put a lot of money in and it just kept going down. This is not just Flux, but Bitcoin and everything else I was investing in. But I had conviction about this project and other ones, and I stuck it through. And on days like today, it feels like it was all worth it. So why have I stuck with Flux? Well, like I was saying a minute ago, finding quality projects in this space is really tough. There are quite a few quality projects, but again, there is so much other stuff to sort through when you're deciding where you're going to put your money or your mining resources. Now, initially, Flux might not have had a whole bunch of things going for it that were really revolutionary or different or cool feature sets, etc. But one of the things that I love about Flux and why I have stuck with them for so long is they haven't just tried to make the same thing work forever. They've constantly been innovating and adding new features, new technology, changing directions, changing names, all the while adding great new team members and building a community and just putting together a really, really quality project. Now, I say for Flux, my full conviction started forming when they started introducing a couple of things. One, when they introduced Zelcore, their wallet, which is also a many hundreds of multi-coin wallet, and I think it is a fantastic, if not one of the best wallets out there. That alone made me super bullish on this coin. But then two, when they made the switch to really pursue Web 3.0, I feel like this them wanting to become the Amazon Web Services, the AWS of the decentralized Web 3.0 movement was an incredibly smart play, and it's something I can get behind. Literally, I can run nodes, I can run servers that will power this new infrastructure. And for me, that's wildly exciting because one, I like being a part and doing something for the project, but two, it gives me skin in the game. I get some rewards back, I put up my collateral, I put up my investment. So it's this kind of nice balance between me and the project. And what I love about this play is, one, the technology is super cool, but two, as there's more need for decentralized websites and apps, dApps, and other stuff that would run on this infrastructure for Web 3.0, I think this is a pick and shovel play. Meaning, if you were one of the people who is during the gold rush selling the picks and shovels to the prospectors going out there to mine the gold, you made a killing. You're giving them the tools they needed to succeed or fail or chase their dreams. In the case of Flux, I feel like I'm hosting nodes that people will then want to use to build this new web. So me personally, I have skin in the game to provide these tools for these companies, individuals, whomever want to build this stuff in the future. And lastly, like I said a couple times alluded to already, I am a big fan of the team for Flux. There are lots of projects that choose to be totally anonymous, and that inherently gives me some skepticism, and I don't necessarily trust it. So right off the bat, the fact that there's faces and names on the website and people I can interact with in their Discord community that all the community members can talk to is a big plus. Not to mention they all seem super talented and smart. They all want what's best for the project. They want to involve the community. They're all long-term thinkers with the project, and they are very forward-thinking. So all those factors together have been why I've kind of stuck with this project and continued mining it, continue running nodes, continue investing in it, and most importantly, I guess after 4 years, I've continued holding it. So given the wildly exciting, let's jump on a roller coaster, everybody. It's a lot of fun, exciting price movement. You probably are wondering how much Flux I have on the line. Well, my portfolio of Flux consists of about 400,000 Flux coins, a little bit more than that with some of the most recent node rewards, but roughly 400K, which if I go to CoinGecko again, and I type in 400,000 Flux, you will see that it's, as of today, worth $688,000. So for the past 24 hours, as I've stared at this number and I've stared at the price going up, I've been a little bit dumbfounded. I'm fully aware there are other people who have more Flux than me, and I'm aware that I have a ton more than other people. But for me, this is a pretty amazing amount of money, and this is definitely life-changing money. So I'm extremely grateful that the project is doing as well as it has, and that I've stuck around with it for as long as I have. But this is a very wild and surreal thing to me. But anyways, that's my Flux bag. That's how much I have on the line. Have I sold any? Nope. Will I sell any? Not anytime soon. Why is that, you might be wondering, with this much money on the line? Well, I honestly think this is still so early. I thought it was early when Flux was 1 cent. I thought it was early when Flux broke 10 cents. And even recently, as it's crossed 60 cents up to 80 cents, I thought, wow, this is still super, super early. But before I go too far down that rabbit hole, I want to talk about a couple other things with Flux, my nodes and the mining, etc., before I jump into what I think the future price of Flux is going to be. So more on that in just a moment. Okay, as I've covered in previous videos, Flux currently offers 3 tiers of their Flux nodes. They have the Cumulus, the Nimbus, and the Stratus. Each of these requires a certain amount of Flux put up as collateral, and then you run these on either hardware you have yourself or on virtual private servers, VPS, virtual cloud servers online. So if I look at each of these different tiers, let me pop over here to masternodes.online. You can see that the Cumulus, that requires 10,000 Flux as collateral, is currently making $18 a day, $128 a week, and $550 a month. Now, if I take the step up to Nimbus, which requires 25,000 Flux as collateral, this one is making $26 a day, $185 a week, and $796 per month. And lastly is the big boy, the Stratus, which requires 100,000 Flux as collateral. This one's making $75 a day, $527 a week, and $2,258 a month, which is $27,000 a year from a node. That's pretty amazing. So with those kind of base rates of how much people can be making, potentially be making with these nodes, let me show you my nodes. All right, here we are on my wallet computer, and I'm running my Zelcore wallet here. And you can see that I have 400,000 Flux as collateral, which again, very weird for me to say, is worth $685,000 as of today. So that is spread across I can count 7 nodes. I have 3 Stratus and I have 4 Nimbus. Now, basically, I have enough for 4 Stratus. Now, you might be wondering why I have them split up this way instead of running 4 Stratus. Well, the simple answer is I want to run one of these at home, and I'm running it on a Raspberry Pi. One of my Nimbus is on a Raspberry Pi, so I had to break that one into 4 pieces. Although I'm getting very close to having enough rewards from all my nodes to start up another Nimbus, so when that happens, I will roll my 3 Nimbuses plus the new one into 1 more Stratus, and then have 4 Stratus and 1 Raspberry Pi Nimbus. So like I said, I'm running all those nodes, and if you look here, you can see that I have 904 Flux as my rewards. Now, I pull my rewards out of my wallet at the beginning of every single month so I can have a running tally. So on today, November 7th, I have already made in 7 days 904 Flux from all my nodes, which is the equivalent of $1,550 USD. So that's how much I've made in this month so far with these nodes, but how much can I expect with this many nodes to make this month at these current crazy prices? So if I take all those node rewards from a single day and I add them together, you can see that I would be making basically 105 Flux per day. So if I take my daily Flux and I put it here into CoinGecko to give me the conversion, that's roughly $180 per day. 180 times 30 days of November equals $5,400 worth of Flux this month. However, if you've watched my other videos, you know that that's just half the battle. Along with Flux, I'm earning all their parallel assets as well, and, which I'll talk more about this here in a second, I'm also earning Cadena. So all told, I am making a lot of money with nodes completely passively, which is one of the reasons I love this project so much. Along with Flux having just some crazy price movement, so has KDA. It is currently at $20.75. And if we look at its chart for the past week, we can see that a week ago, it was just $6.90. So KDA is also popping like crazy. Cadena, like Flux, I think is an incredible project, and I think they have this beautiful synergy. With all this price action on Cadena, I think that people are saying, hey, I want some exposure to this. Is there a way I can earn some of this and get exposure? Well, it'll be very easy and natural to see the partnership between Cadena and Flux and know that if you run a node, you also earn Cadena. So you're earning coins from 2 really fantastic projects at the same time with the same node. Now, I don't think that's the reason the price is running like it is, but I think that is definitely a factor in why people are excited about both of these projects. Now, if you are a crypto miner and have some GPU mining rigs, well then you're in luck, my friend, because let me hop here onto whattomine.com. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it's like for my mining rigs, which I run 2 6 GPU 1660 Ti rigs, so I have 12 1660 Ti's. And you can see right here that Flux is the most profitable cryptocurrency to mine on What to Mine today. And again, just like running the nodes, what's so cool about this is you're not just getting Flux, you're getting the parallel assets as well. So maybe you don't want to just straight up buy Flux, maybe you just want to mine some. Well, this is a great time to do it. It's highly profitable. You're getting all those parallel assets, and it's still super accessible with just normal GPU mining rigs. So I really think that not only is the increased profitability of running the nodes going to attract a lot of new attention to the project, but also when you top the charts for profitability for miners, that's also going to draw a lot of attention. So this is all just happiness problems. This is good stuff. Lots of fun things are happening with this project that I see a ton of potential in and I'm really invested in. So the question is, what is next? So what's next is I think that more people are going to find out about this wonderful gem. I'm sure as I talk on this video right now, there are people out there looking for Web 3.0 projects. And I'm sure a lot of those people don't even know about Flux yet because it is a pretty small project and it's just now getting some real traction. So what I think happens next is people discover this and they start pouring money into it, more so than what's already happening right now. And when that happens, Flux goes from a rank 232 on the charts of cryptocurrencies to a top 100. In my opinion, probably even a top 50 or higher. So what would happen if Flux became a top 100 coin? What would happen if it became a top 50 coin? Let me take a quick look here at market cap of, which is a great little website that compares 2 coins based on market cap. So I've got Flux, and right now the number 100 project on the list is Decred. So if Flux became a top 100 coin, if everything else remained equal, Flux will be worth $6.70 per coin, or roughly a 4x from here. Now this is where it gets a bit more interesting. Let's say Flux gets into the top 50. Currently number 50 is AAV. If Flux were to become number 50 on the top 50 list of cryptocurrencies, it would be worth $19.43 per coin, or over a 10x from here. And then one last comparison. A lot of people would say that a competitor to Flux would be ICP, or Internet Computer. Now, I think it is a pretty poor comparison because I think Flux is the superior project in just about every way, but it's natural to draw this conclusion. And you can see that if I compare Flux versus ICP, if Flux took over ICP's position on the charts, one Flux would be worth $43.09, or a 25x from where it currently is. Now, why am I making these comparisons? Why am I showing this to you? Well, I just want to get your brain moving and thinking about this project and what its future is. Honestly, I think it's criminal how low on the charts it currently is. There is a fascinating amount of just junk and trash on the cryptocurrency charts between Flux and the top slot positions. So it is very easy for me to imagine that a lot of that stuff is not going to stand up to a real true project like this one. So it's a natural conclusion for me to make that it's going to move up these charts into the top 100, into the top 50, maybe higher, who knows. Personally, I am not going to be at all surprised when Flux passes $5, $10, or $20, or whatever. And there's one more thing I want to mention about this project that might be interesting to you. When I was talking about Flux nodes in my last videos and the price was only 40 cents per Flux, starting a node seemed a lot less daunting than it is now from an investing standpoint. However, if you are in their Discord community, you'll see they are talking about potentially introducing some smaller tiers of the nodes. Now, there's nothing concrete here. I am just purely speculating just based on what they've been saying. There's nothing set in stone yet. So if you want to be a part of this conversation, hop in there and chat with them. But there could be in the very near future, Q1 or Q2 of next year, an opportunity for you to get in to Flux with a smaller collateral amount and still have a node that makes your rewards passively as you go. So this has been an extremely satisfying, fascinating, and exciting week for Flux. I'm pretty pumped and primed for the future of this project, and I hope you are too. Hope this was interesting to see some behind the scenes on how much I'm making with this project and what I think the potential is in the future. If you're coming into this video and you're like, what the flux is he talking about? What is this project? Well, watch this video right here where I talk about all things Flux, give you an overview and introduction to the project. And if you want more of a deep dive into the nodes, etc., watch this video over here where I talk about the Flux nodes and their Zelle Core wallet. Otherwise, let me know, have you invested in Flux? How is all this news hitting you? Are you as excited as I am? I hope so. Let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.